success is rarely the result of one big moment. It is usually the outcome of many small actions repeated every single day. People often imagine success as something dramatic and sudden, but in reality it grows quietly through consistent effort and discipline. Every day presents an opportunity to take a step forward. These steps might look small and unimportant in the moment, but over time they begin to add up. What seems like a tiny improvement today can become a massive transformation months, years later. Consistency creates momentum. When you commit to showing up every day, even when you don't feel motivated, you start building a powerful habit. This habit slowly becomes part of your identity and strengthens your ability to keep moving forward. Many people search for shortcuts because they believe success should happen quickly. They want instant results and fast rewards. But the truth is that anything meaningful requires patience, dedication, and repeated effort over time. Daily actions shape your mindset. When you choose to work on your goals consistently, you begin to see yourself as someone who is committed and reliable. This shift in self-perception can completely change how you approach challenges and opportunities. Small routines are often the foundation of great achievements. Reading a few pages every day, practicing a skill regularly, or dedicating focused time to improvement may seem ordinary, but these habits build extraordinary results over time. The power of consistency lies in its simplicity. You don't have to do everything perfectly, and you don't have to achieve something huge every day. What matters most is showing up and doing something that moves you closer to your goal. When you stay consistent, progress becomes inevitable. Each action builds on the one before it, creating a chain of effort that eventually leads to meaningful growth and accomplishment. Discipline becomes stronger with repetition. The more often you commit to your daily actions, the easier it becomes to stay focused and avoid distractions that could slow down your progress. Over time, consistent effort builds confidence. As you see yourself making progress through your daily actions, you start believing more deeply in your ability to achieve bigger goals. People who succeed understand that there are no overnight miracles. They know that behind every achievement is a long period of dedication, learning, and persistent work. Each day you choose to take action, no matter how small, you are laying another brick in the foundation of your future success. Clarity of purpose is one of the most powerful forces that can shape a person's life. When you clearly understand why you are doing something, your actions become more focused and meaningful. Many people move through life feeling confused or uncertain because they lack a clear purpose. Without a strong reason behind their efforts, it becomes easy to lose motivation or change direction too often. When your purpose is clear, every decision becomes easier. Instead of wasting energy wondering what to do next, you naturally choose the path that aligns with your goals and values. Purpose acts like a compass that guides you through challenges and distractions. Even when things become difficult, the reason behind your journey reminds you why you started and encourages you to keep moving forward. Clarity also helps you prioritize your time and energy. When you know what truly matters, you stop investing effort in things that do not contribute to your growth or long-term vision. People with a clear purpose tend to move with confidence. They may not have all the answers, but they trust the direction they are heading because they understand the meaning behind their actions. A strong purpose also brings a sense of responsibility. When you believe in something deeply, you feel driven to work harder and stay committed even when progress feels slow. Purpose transforms ordinary tasks into meaningful steps. What might seem small or routine becomes part of a larger mission that motivates you to give your best effort. Clarity of purpose also strengthens resilience. When setbacks occur, your vision reminds you that temporary failure does not define the journey. As you continue working toward your purpose, your steps become more intentional. You begin to see how each action contributes to a greater outcome. This sense of direction reduces doubt and hesitation. Instead of feeling lost, you start moving forward with determination and steady focus. When your purpose is clear, every step you take carries meaning and leads you closer to the future you want to create. Small improvements often seem insignificant in the moment. A tiny step forward may not feel like progress, especially when the results are not immediately visible. But these small actions carry a hidden power that becomes stronger over time. Every day offers a chance to become slightly better than you were yesterday. Even a 1% improvement may appear small, but when repeated consistently, it begins to create noticeable progress. The idea of gradual improvement is simple but powerful. When you focus on getting better little by little, you remove the pressure of trying to achieve everything at once. Most people underestimate the impact of small daily actions. They think success requires dramatic changes or massive effort in a short period of time. In reality, lasting transformation often begins with tiny, consistent steps. When you improve a skill slightly each day, your abilities begin to grow steadily. Over weeks and months, these improvements accumulate and create results that once seemed impossible. Daily progress also builds confidence. As you see yourself improving bit by bit, you begin to trust your ability to grow and overcome challenges. Small improvements strengthen discipline. Each time you commit to doing something better than yesterday, you reinforce a habit of progress, persistence. The power of compounding works not only in finances but also in personal growth. Effort invested consistently begins to multiply and produce greater outcomes over time. What feels like a small action today can become a powerful advantage in the future. A few extra minutes of learning, practice, or reflection every day can shape your skills in remarkable ways. Patience is an important part of this process. The results of small improvements are often invisible at first, but they build beneath the surface. Over time, the gap between someone who improves daily and someone who stays the same becomes enormous. The difference may start small but grows wider with each passing day. Consistent improvement also shifts your mindset. Instead of chasing perfection, you focus on progress and growth. When you commit to getting a little better every day, the journey itself becomes rewarding. Each step forward adds to the momentum of your transformation. These small daily improvements eventually combine to create massive life changes that once seemed far beyond reach. Motivation often feels powerful in the beginning. It gives you energy, excitement, and the desire to start something new. In those moments, everything seems possible and your goals feel closer than ever. But motivation is not permanent. It rises and falls depending on your mood, circumstances, and environment. Some days you feel unstoppable, while on other days even simple tasks feel difficult. This is why discipline is far more reliable than motivation. Discipline does not depend on how you feel in the moment. It is a commitment to act, even when your enthusiasm disappears. When you rely only on motivation, your progress becomes inconsistent. You work hard when you feel inspired, but you slow down or stop when the excitement fades. Discipline creates stability in your actions. It helps you continue moving forward even during days when you feel tired, distracted, or uncertain. People who achieve long-term success understand that motivation starts the journey, but discipline carries it forward. Without discipline, even the strongest inspiration can fade away quickly. Discipline transforms goals into routines. Instead of constantly deciding whether to work or not, your habits guide your behavior automatically. Over time, disciplined actions build momentum. Each day you stay committed strengthens your ability to keep going the next day. Discipline also builds resilience. When challenges appear, a disciplined mindset encourages you to keep working instead of giving up. Motivation might encourage you to begin a project, but discipline ensures that you continue until it is finished. The most successful people are not always the most motivated. They are often the ones who have learned to follow a consistent structure regardless of their emotions. Discipline teaches patience and persistence. It reminds you that meaningful results come from repeated effort over time rather than bursts of excitement. As discipline becomes stronger, your reliance on motivation becomes smaller. You no longer wait for the perfect feeling to take action. You simply show up, do the work, and move forward because discipline has become part of who you are. Your mindset shapes the way you see the world and the way you respond to challenges. The thoughts you repeat in your mind influence your actions, decisions, and ultimately the results you achieve in life. When your mindset is positive and growth-oriented, you begin to see opportunities where others only see obstacles. Instead of feeling defeated by difficulties, you start looking for solutions and lessons within them. People with a strong mindset believe that improvement is always possible. They understand that skills can be developed and that effort can change outcomes over time. A negative mindset, on the other hand, can limit your potential before you even begin. When you constantly doubt yourself, willingness to try, explore, and grow, your beliefs influence your behavior. If you believe success is possible, you are more likely to take action, learn from mistakes, and continue moving forward. Mindset also determines how you handle failure. With the right perspective, failure becomes feedback that helps you adjust and improve rather than a reason to quit. When your thinking is focused on growth, every challenge becomes an opportunity to develop stronger skills and deeper understanding. Your mindset also affects your confidence. When you train your mind to focus on progress instead of perfection, you begin to trust your ability to learn and adapt. People who achieve meaningful results usually spend time developing their mental strength. They practice discipline in their thinking and replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones. A powerful mindset allows you to remain calm and focused even during difficult situations. Instead of reacting with fear, you respond with determination and clarity. The quality of your results is directly connected to the quality of your thinking. Clear and constructive thoughts lead to better decisions and more productive actions. As you improve your mindset, you begin to notice changes in your habits, your attitude, and the way you approach your goals. Over time, these mental shifts begin to influence your achievements and the direction of your life. The way you think today quietly shapes the results you experience tomorrow. The environment around you has a powerful influence on the person you become. The people you interact with, the conversations you hear, and the atmosphere you live in all shape your mindset and behavior. When you surround yourself with a positive and growth-oriented environment, it becomes easier to stay motivated and focused on your goals. Supportive surroundings encourage progress and inspire better decisions. People who are driven and ambitious often influence those around them. Their habits, attitudes, and discipline can inspire you to raise your own standards and push yourself further. A strong environment also provides accountability. When you are around individuals who value growth and responsibility, you naturally feel encouraged to maintain the same level of commitment. Negative environments can slow down your progress without you even realizing it. Constant criticism, doubt, or lack of ambition in your surroundings can gradually weaken your confidence and determination. Choosing the right environment means intentionally placing yourself where learning and improvement are valued. This might include joining communities, building supportive friendships, or learning from people who challenge you to grow. Growth thrives where encouragement exists. When people around you believe in your potential, their confidence can help strengthen your own belief in what you are capable of achieving. The right environment also exposes you to new ideas and perspectives. Conversations with thoughtful and motivated individuals can expand your thinking and introduce you to opportunities you might not have considered before. Habits are easier to maintain when the environment supports them. When the people around you practice discipline and consistency, it becomes natural for you to adopt similar behaviors. An empowering environment creates energy. Instead of feeling drained or discouraged, you feel inspired to keep learning and improving every day. Over time, the influence of a positive environment becomes visible in your actions and results. The encouragement and support you receive begin to shape your confidence and determination. Growth becomes faster when you are surrounded by individuals who challenge you to think bigger and work harder toward your goals. Being mindful of your environment allows you to protect your focus and direct your energy toward meaningful progress. The right environment quietly strengthens your journey and helps you move closer to the future you are working to create. Many people delay their dreams because they believe everything must be perfect before they begin. They wait for the right time, the right resources, or the perfect plan. But this waiting often turns into hesitation that keeps them stuck. Perfection can become an invisible barrier that prevents progress. When you constantly search for flawless conditions, you miss the opportunity to learn and grow through action. Starting imperfectly allows you to break through fear and uncertainty. The first step may not be perfect, but it opens the door to experience, improvement, and real momentum. Every successful journey begins with a beginning that is often uncertain and incomplete. The people who achieve meaningful results are usually the ones who had the courage to start before they felt fully ready. Mistakes are a natural part of progress. When you begin imperfectly, you give yourself permission to learn from errors and adjust your approach. You move forward. Waiting for perfection often leads to endless preparation without action. Plans and ideas remain in your mind instead of turning into real experiences that teach valuable lessons. Action creates clarity. Once you start, you begin to see what works, what needs improvement, and what new opportunities appear along the way. Imperfection is not a weakness, it is a sign that you are willing to try. Each attempt adds knowledge and builds confidence that cannot be gained by simply thinking about success. Courage plays a crucial role in this process. It takes bravery to step into something new without knowing exactly how everything will unfold. When you act despite uncertainty, you develop resilience. Challenges become teachers rather than obstacles that stop your progress. The path to improvement is always built through trial and adjustment. What begins imperfectly can gradually evolve into something strong and refined over time. Those who wait for perfect conditions often watch opportunities pass them by. Meanwhile, those who start early gain experience and move ahead through consistent effort. Progress is rarely smooth or flawless. It is a journey filled with learning moments that shape your skills and understanding. Starting imperfectly gives you the chance to grow, adapt, and transform your ideas into real achievements through action and persistence. Progress rarely happens by accident. It is usually the result of intentional effort combined with a willingness to evaluate your own actions and decisions. Accountability and reflection are two powerful forces that help turn effort into meaningful improvement. Accountability begins with taking responsibility for your choices. When you accept that your actions shape your results, you gain control over the direction of your life. Instead of blaming circumstances or other people, accountability encourages you to look at what you can change. This mindset empowers you to improve rather than remain stuck. Being accountable also strengthens your discipline. When you hold yourself responsible for your commitments, you become more focused on completing the tasks that move you forward. Reflection is equally important in the process of growth. Taking time to think about your experiences allows you to understand what worked well and what needs improvement. Without reflection, it is easy to repeat the same mistakes. By reviewing your actions and outcomes, you gain valuable insight that helps you make better decisions in the future. Reflection also encourages honesty with yourself. It allows you to recognize both your strengths and the areas where you still need development. When accountability and reflection work together, they create a cycle of improvement. You act with intention, evaluate the results, and adjust your approach accordingly. This process helps you become more aware of your habits and behaviors. Over time, you begin to notice patterns that either support your growth or hold you back. Accountability also builds trust within yourself. Each time you follow through on your responsibilities, you reinforce the belief that you can rely on your own commitment. Reflection adds depth to your experiences. Instead of simply moving from one task to another, you learn from each step and use that knowledge to refine your actions. Growth becomes more deliberate when you combine effort with thoughtful evaluation. You are not just working harder, you are working smarter. People who consistently reflect on their journey often gain a clearer understanding of their goals and the path needed to reach them. Accountability keeps you responsible for your progress, while reflection helps you learn from every step you take along the way. Long-term vision gives purpose to the work you do every day. When you know where you want to go in the future, your daily efforts begin to feel more meaningful and intentional. Many people struggle with motivation because they focus only on short-term results. When immediate success does not appear, they feel discouraged and begin to question their progress. A clear long-term vision changes this perspective. It reminds you that the small actions you take today are part of a larger journey that takes time to unfold. When you have a vision for the future, temporary difficulties become easier to handle. Instead of seeing obstacles as failures, you begin to see them as challenges that help shape your growth. Short-term effort often feels repetitive or demanding, but a strong vision gives it direction. Each task becomes a step towards something bigger than the moment itself. Vision also strengthens patience. You understand that meaningful success rarely happens instantly, and you become willing to invest consistent effort over time. People with long-term goals are more likely to stay committed during difficult periods. Their focus is not limited to today's results, but extends toward the future they are building. A powerful vision also improves decision-making. When you clearly understand where you want to go, it becomes easier to choose actions that support that destination. Long-term thinking encourages discipline. You become more careful about how you spend your time and energy because you know every choice contributes to your future. When short-term effort aligns with a long-term vision, progress becomes steady and purposeful. Even small steps begin to carry significant meaning. Vision also creates resilience. When setbacks appear, your commitment to the bigger picture helps you stay focused and determined. Over time, the consistent effort you invest begins to produce visible results. What once felt like small steps gradually forms the foundation of lasting success. People who achieve meaningful goals often spend years building them through patience and persistent work guided by a clear vision. A long-term vision quietly transforms ordinary daily effort into a journey that leads toward meaningful, lasting success.